So guys, here is what I think. Here are the three features that I think the Z9 should add, or if they added these, the Z9 would be an unbeatable masterpiece. First, I think a camera like this should have a hybrid viewfinder. I mean, there's a lot of room for innovation here. OVF plus EVF. I think an advanced version of Fuji's hybrid viewfinder tech could be used in the Z9. That way, the wildlife or sports photographers could keep their eyes on the viewfinder for long periods of time without worrying about battery life. The way to do it is imagine the Fuji hybrid viewfinder. So there you can see the framing and a bit more around your framing. The limitation of the Fuji system is that with the zoom lenses, you can hardly see much when you use a very long lens. Now, what I am suggesting is something specific for the wildlife and sports shooters. So the way to implement this in the Z9 with a hybrid viewfinder would be to have a viewfinder that's magnified such that it begins at 100 mm, and then there will be other lens elements inside the viewfinder for further magnification. Now think about it. Imagine that the lenses communicate with the camera such that when you zoom to 300 mm from 100 mm on the lens will then tell the camera to move the tiny lens elements inside the viewfinder up and optically zoom to a 300 mm field of view. Now you might ask, well, a 300 mm lens is this big or this big. How can all the glass fit inside that tiny viewfinder? It's a good question. Look, the flagship level cameras have larger viewfinders than the prosumer cameras, but it's still a good question to ask. See, the big 300 mm lenses are designed for large full frame sensors, but this viewfinder will not need to be designed for such a large sensor, right? So therefore it will not need so much glass because it will be designed for a very tiny sensor, our eyes. Yes, just our eyes. I mean, think about it. I think it's an idea worth a shot. So if Nikon is listening to this, good sirs, do consider this. I'll be happy. But if you think all this is ridiculous and completely impossible, there is another idea that I have. Nikon could find a way to make the existing EVF system work better. First, add a dedicated and therefore a separate battery for the EVF. It will be activated when we need to watch something for a long time. Let's call it the stock mode. Okay, make it less creepy. Maybe call it the chase mode. No? Okay, then the hunt mode, the vigil mode, monitor mode. Let me know how it should be named, but I think some mode like that. Now in this mode, all the functions except the sensor and the EVF will be off or on standby. Everything, no focusing, nothing, no filter or picture profiles will be added to your EVF. Just plain sensor reading and beaming all of that into the EVF in a low power mode. And understand, it will be a special use case, right? This way I think you can dramatically improve the camera's usability for wildlife and sports shooters, and for those kind of situations when you may want to look through the viewfinder EVF for a very long period of time and see what's going on and be ready for the moment when that arrives. And then of course make the EVF blue light free so that it's more comfortable for your eyes, so that your eyes don't get tired looking at an electronic viewfinder. I think that's a brilliant idea. Now the second super feature I think that's going to be very interesting is around batteries again. More specifically about the charge. We should have superchargers for the Z9 batteries, or for that matter any camera at that level. This can be done even now. Charge up that 3000 mAh battery within 20 seconds. Nikon can also launch a special power bank that can charge a battery like the Z9's battery that fast. And also think of adding wireless charging capabilities or compatibilities with major phone manufacturers' wireless chargers. I think the time has come for phone manufacturers to think of wireless charging. That would be a cool feature to add too. Now the third innovative thing would be something that people have already spoken about, and I agree with most of them, and it's about having an internal memory. Guys, internal memory will be huge, especially when external memory is getting so expensive. Nikon can adopt the Apple model, for example, offer basic capacity of internal SSD memories at 256 gigabytes, right? And then offer different variants going up to 2 TB, 3 TB. I mean, it can go anywhere. Each version can cost different to the customers. And Nikon can also offer customers the ability to supercharge the cameras and make it faster by allowing some of that storage to be used as RAM for faster data processing for difficult situations. In short, there is no way we can pretend that cameras will not become super powerful computers tomorrow. They will have to. Some of them already are. My question is, why wait for some of these things? Some of these features will be great to have in the Z9. Well, if it is too late to have it to fit all this in the Z9, can we consider the possibility of having some of these things in the Z90? Maybe the Z90, of course. Just food for thought, guys. If you found this entertaining or informative, do consider subscribing, or else, okay, do not subscribe. Fine, don't subscribe. All this hard work for nothing. See you.